All right, guys, so you saw the recovery on the machine over here, and it's almost a week later, and we're going to I'll just kind of give you a little walk around of what happened and the assessment on the machine. So this is our John Deere 130G. It oh goodness, so as you can see, a little oil spilled out here. This panel's destroyed. It did mess up some filter, or I think that's a diesel particulate filter. This machine does not have DEF, but it messed up a couple hoses up there, bent the exhaust pipe, fuel tank got crushed in, toolbox got crushed in, step got messed up. Oh man, this cover got banged up too. All the glass out of this side, as you can see, kind of, yeah. Oh man, thank goodness those bars were there, otherwise Mike would have been all into this. He's pretty banged up, but Micah is all right. Micah was the one operating the machine when it happened, but these hoses were all bent underneath here. We had to pull them back. We actually so let me back up a little bit. So I had a mechanic come over here, and he checked it out, and he did a couple tests to make sure there was no oil in the glow plugs, the intake, and there's something else he did. He did a couple things, just checking around, make sure no oil got where it wasn't supposed to go, basically. So it was all good there. He did add a little bit of oil that all got spilled out. He fired it up and it actually runs. So I say actually, I mean, this happens, these things, but we were just worried about the time that it took Micah to shut it off, because whenever it flipped over, the key flew out of the ignition, and we don't know where the key went, so he had to run over to the truck, find another key to get it turned off. That was the only thing that I was really worried about, that we messed up a pump or the motor or something. But I think we're good there. There is some air in the hydraulic lines right now. You go turn it on right now, and it takes about 5 minutes for it to warm up before you start getting any kind of movement anywhere. So I think it's okay. But mechanic, he kind of went over it and did like an assessment of everything. So he was here the night of the accident, the day of the accident. He came over, we were kind of looking over stuff. This cylinder did get scarred pretty good. It's hard to tell with that water on there. These got smashed up into there. This pin took a direct hit right there and actually broke the ear on this side, and he welded it back. Actually broke that right there. The cab, yeah, it's bent the door frame, you know, broke the glass up there, down here. Other than that, I mean, really wasn't terrible. Could have been a lot worse. I was really concerned that we bent the boom on the machine, but we cycled it a few times and everything seems to be pretty straight. I mean, as best we can tell. You know, time I think will tell that if any, you know, fractured cracks or anything like that has, you know, probably what's going to happen is we'll run it for 6 months and then things will start showing up, a crack or something like that. But so yeah, Micah did yeah, flipped it off the back of this hill over here. He was perched up there in a way that he should not have been. It's just one of those things, guys. He was sitting right here, and he had his tracks pointed in the wrong direction. All right, so he was parked right up here, and he was bailing from this side over to that side, and his tracks were running this way against how that hill is right there. And it was about, that's only about 4 or 5 feet. He was about 8 feet up when it happened. And he was basically digging too close to himself, and that hill slipped and he came down, and yep, you saw the damage. But you know, we live and learn. Micah still has his job. He's a little banged up, maybe his ego's a little bruised, but you know, the biggest thing is that he is safe. You know, God is good. Protecting Micah. Could have been a lot worse. He could have turned over the other way, could have been crushed on the machine, cab side. But you know, a lot of, you know, what if, but whatever, it's fine. It is what it is. Micah's a great guy. He's gonna learn from this. We're all gonna learn from this. So yeah, stay tuned.